Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for Detroit is Rick Reuschel, whose record is 9-15 with a 4.69 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox tonight is Francisco Barrios, whose record is 10-9 with a 4.32 ERA. And so with yesterday's win, we closed to 3 games of the Yankees, and we're in second place all by ourselves. We're 3 games back. So after our 2 wins against the Sox here in Comiskey, we're looking to close out the series today, and then we'll have a day off. So much needed, in fact. The bad news is we did lose Dave Rozema for 1 start. And I'll show you how I changed the roster up when we get there. But yesterday's game was a big win. Trammell had 2 stolen bases and a home run. Brookins hit a home run. Gary Hancock hit his team-leading 16th home run. But the big blast came from Champ Summers, who had a pinch hit 3-run home run that gave us the lead. So a pretty great game overall, and hopefully today we can wrap up the series with another victory, as Rick Reuschel is on the mound today looking to get his 10th win. So let's see how that plays out. As you can see here, what I've done with the bullpen is I've called up Dan Petrie to take Dave Rozema's spot. And I moved Dave Rozema into the long relief role. And I sent Bob Stanley down to the minors, and he'll have to stay down there for 10 days. So instead of putting Rozema on the IL, I basically just put Stanley in the minors. We'll keep Rozema up here for 5 days, and then he'll be available for his next start. And Petrie will just get moved into the long relief role. And then we're pretty close to the end of the month of August, and so the September call-ups will be available then. So at any rate, the point of it all is that we are going to be down 2 relief pitchers today. So we're going to have Weaver and Tobic and Schatzeder and Comstock. Capizella will not be available, and Lopez is available as the closer. So. The other interesting thing is it looks like Steve Kemp is listed as tired again, the second time this week. So we moved Bob Baylor into left field. Otherwise, everything else is the same. So let's go ahead and pull the stats up for the season for both teams, and we'll do the lineup rundown. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps card to represent that player. So batting leadoff and playing second base for Detroit is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and playing first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting seventh and at third is Richie Hebner. Batting eighth and in left field is Bob Baylor. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Moreno. And on the mound for the White Sox, as I mentioned earlier, is Francisco Barrios. He's 10-9 in 27 starts. He's got a 4.32 ERA, 93 Ks in 177 innings, so not horrible. Opponents are batting .270 against him. He's got no complete games. Barrios, a kind of an interesting career. At age 18, which was in 1971, he started playing professional ball in Mexico for the Mexican Central League. And at age 19, he got called up to Jalisco, where he went 10-12 with a 2.36 ERA. And so that attracted the San Francisco Giants, and he was signed to a contract at age 20. And he went 2-1 with a 4.50 ERA in the Pacific Coast League. And then after that season, he was released and went back to Mexico. And he became the property of the Jalisco team once again. And then I didn't know you could do this, but the Mexican League traded Barrios to the White Sox for Rudy Hernandez. I didn't know that you could trade between the Mexican League and Major League Baseball, but apparently you could. And anyway, he had a couple really poor outings in '74. And then in 1976, his first real season in the majors, he pitched a combined no-hitter with Blue Moon Odom. And he really earned his way into the starting rotation in 1977, where he had his best season, going 14-7. And he was up and down after that. And by 1981, he had a really bad drug and alcohol addiction. And in '81, he also got into a fight with Steve Trout. And that forced him to be released by the White Sox. And then he got arrested for possession of cocaine and disorderly conduct. And so in 1982, he went back to the Mexican League and pitched really well. And there was rumors of him being signed by the Milwaukee Brewers. But he ended up dying of a heart attack at age 28 at his parents' home. No known cause, but they believe that it had to do with his drug addiction. So a very bright but short career for Barrios, and unfortunately derailed by drug abuse. So at any rate, that's his backstory. And we're going to go ahead and get started now as Sweet Lou leads off against Barrios. And Barrios strikes out Whitaker. That's the first out of the game. Next up is Alan Trammell. And Trammell's going to hit a line drive to right field. It gets down and gets all the way to the fence. And do we want to go for three? Yes, I think we do. Trammell's right there, and Rusty Coots is right there. So we're saying yes. And he is safe at third with a triple. So next up is Jason Thompson, who broke his hitting streak yesterday. He went 0 for 5. Still batting .350 in the last 20 games. But Thompson pops it up to second base, and Trammell stays at third. So the other hot hitter on the team is Parrish, batting .347 in his last 20 games. And he's going to get a base hit to right field. That'll score Trammell from third. And Parrish has got himself an RBI single. So he stays on his torrid streak. It's 1-0 Detroit. And that will bring up Gary Hancock, who's on his own 8-game hitting streak. And he just hit a line drive home run, 477 feet to dead center field. And the Tigers go up 3-0. So off to a great start here in the third game of the series. 2 down for Fisk. And Fisk will hit a fly ball to left field. And Ron Pruitt has it for the third out. So we jump on top 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Here's a lineup for the White Sox. Same as yesterday. Batting leadoff and playing third base is Joe Gates. Batting second and at first base is Mike Squires. Batting third and in center field is Chet Lemon. Batting cleanup and catching is Marv Foley. Batting fifth and in left field is Ron Pruitt. Batting sixth and in right field is Rusty Coots. Batting seventh and DHing is Henry Cruz. Batting eighth and playing second base is Jerry Hairston. And batting ninth and at short is Greg Pryor. Pitching for Detroit is Rick Reuschel. This is his 14th start for Detroit. He's 5-6 with a 3.97 ERA. He's been pitching better of late. 51 strikeouts in 88 innings as a Tiger. Opponents are batting .280 against him. He has those 2 complete games. He's been a bit of a workhorse, and he's pitched, fairly decent. and been a big part of us pulling into second place in the division. So Joe Gates leads off the inning against Reuschel. And Gates is going to hit a lazy fly ball into left center field. And there's the first out. So one down for Mike Squires. Squires grounds it to Trammell. Trammell goes to first for the second out of the inning. So two down for Chet Lemon. And he strikes out swinging. So a 1-2-3 inning for Reuschel. And we head to the top of the second. And the score is 3-0. So Hebner's going to lead off against Francisco Barrios. And Hebner gets a base hit just under the glove of Squires at first. And he stretches it into a double. So Hebner's in scoring position. Here's Bob Baylor. He had 2 hits yesterday in a spot start. And Baylor goes the opposite way, grounds out to the second baseman. Hebner moves to third. And we have Hebner in scoring position with Omar Moreno. 1 out. And Moreno pops it up on the infield. The shortstop Pryor has it, and there's the second out. Back to the top of the lineup with Lou Whitaker, who's batting .280 versus righties. And Whitaker's going to hit a fly ball into left center field, and that should be the third out. So we head to the bottom of the second. Mar Foley leading off against Reuschel. And Reuschel walks Foley. So runner at first for Ron Pruitt, the left fielder. Batting only .237, and he hits a line drive to left, and it gets down in front of Baylor for a base hit. Foley pulls into third base, and it's first and third, nobody out. So we're going to guard the lines, see if we can't turn 2 with Pruitt there on first. And instead, Coots is going to hit a long fly ball to center field. That should score Foley. Oh, actually it does, but only because Moreno dropped the ball. So a 2-base error for Moreno. Runners at second and third, nobody out. So we're going to pull the infield in and try to get a out at the plate. But nope, that's not going to happen either, as Reuschel throws a wild pitch and a run scores. So this was just not meant to be. When these things happen, there's not much you can do to stop it. So we're going to pull the infield in once again. And there's a base hit down the left field line. It gets all the way to the wall, and there's the game-tying RBI double by Henry Cruz. So just like that, there's a walk, an error, and a RBI double, and the game is tied. So still nobody out as Jerry Hairston comes to the plate. Hairston grounds it to Hebner. Cruz has to hold. And there's the first out of the inning, as the number 9 hitter, Greg Pryor, steps in. And Pryor's going to get a base hit to left. That should score Cruz. It does. And it's 4-3 White Sox, just like that. So it looked like it was going to be a runaway early, but Pryor steals second base, and they are keeping the pressure on. Let's pull the outfield in case a ball drops in. Try to keep the runner from scoring from second. Another ground ball to Hebner, and he goes to first to get the second out. So 2 down for Squires, batting .314 versus righties. And that'll be another base hit to left field. Pryor scores easily. And the White Sox have a 5 spot on the board here in the bottom of the second. So things are not looking good for Reuschel, as he finally gets the third out with Lemon grounding to Whitaker. So the score is 5-3, and the Tigers are got the fight from behind. Top of the third, Trammell leading off. And Trammell hits a line drive to right field for a base hit. And runner on first for Thompson. Batting .293 versus righties. And there's a base hit. So the start of a new hit streak. And we are going to risk it, I think. 90% chance. And let's see how that plays out. Yes, Trammell is safe at third. So first and third. Parrish is up. We're going to hit and run. Try to get the runners moving. Try to stay on the double play with Thompson. And Parrish pulls it through the left side for his second hit of the game. And Trammell scores easily. So an RBI single for Parrish. And it's first and second and nobody out. Here's Gary Hancock, who had a team-leading 17th home run in the first inning. We're going to let him swing away. And he pops it up on the infield. Third baseman Joe Gates has it for the first out, so one down. Carlton Fisk is up next. And Fisk walks on an inside pitch. So the bases are loaded for Hebner. Hebner batting .289 versus righties. Only one out. And he hits a long fly ball to center field. We have the slow Thompson on third. That ought to be deep enough for Thompson to score safely. Let's see. Oh no, he's out at home. Oh, that is, he had to throw it like 370 feet on a line to get him, but he does. So Chet Lemon, he is a Gold Glove All-Star center fielder, but he should have been safe. So the White Sox keep the lead. It's 5-4. Bottom of the third. Marv Foley leading off, and there's a base hit to center field for Foley. That's the fifth hit against Reuschel, and we're going to go ahead and guard the lines once again. Pruitt grounds it right to Trammell. That should be a double play. It is. So we turn to. Next up is Rusty Kuntz. And Kuntz lines it right to Trammell, and that is the third out. So to the top of the fourth. Bob Baylor leading off. Barrios at 75 pitches. And Baylor grounds it right back to Barrios. There's one down. Next up is number 9 hitter, Omar Moreno. And he hits it about as far as he can to right center field. It's a 386-foot out. So 2 down. Top of the lineup with with Whitaker. And Whitaker pops it up on the infield. And there's the third out. So to the bottom of the fourth. Reuschel only at 46 pitches. So he's pitched, efficiently. And Cruz will lead off the inning by grounding to Trammell. So there's one down. Next up is Harrison, and he gets a base hit to right field. Looked like he could have had 2 on that one, but he holds at first base. And I'm going to pull the third baseman in case Pryor decides to bunt. And instead he pulls it right past Hebner at third for a base hit. So first and third, back to the top of the lineup. And I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to let. Well, we are short 2 relievers, so I guess we might have to push Reuschel further than he should go. As he walks Gates, and the bases are loaded for Squires, so we're going to pull the infield in and go home if we can. And Squires rips it to left field. It gets down for a double, 2-run score. And it's 7-4, and I think it's only going to get worse, but we do have to get Reuschel through this. Lemon grounds it to third. Gates scores, and Lemon is the second out at first base. So 8-4, 2 down for Marv Foley. and Foley grounds it to Whitaker. And that's the third out. So that'll probably be it for Reuschel, as Trammell steps in here in the top of the fifth. And Trammell hits a high fly ball to left field. It's off the wall. And another chance for a second triple for Trammell. I mean, we're down by 4. We may as well say yes. He is safe at third. So Trammell, I believe, is 3 for 3 with 2 triples. That's the first time all year we've had anyone with 2 triples in the same game. So Thompson walks, and now it's first and second, and Barrios is digging himself a hole. And Parrish is 2 for 2 today. We're going to hit and run, see if we can't get these base runners moving. Parrish grounds it to third. Trammell scores. Thompson's safe at second. And it's 8-5. So 1 down. Thompson in scoring position. Gary Hancock is up. And he's going to get a blooper right over shortstop. It falls in for a base hit. And Thompson scores from second. We're not going to risk a double. So 8-6, we're fighting our way back. It's like every other inning. Each team has success. So 1 down. RBI single for Hancock. He's on first. And Carlton Fisk is up next. Fisk grounds it right to second. And that should be 2. It is. And Carlton Fisk, the rally killer, ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth. And we're going to have to take out Reuschel. He just does not have it today. Maybe his worst start all year. And that means Roger Weaver will come in. And his endurance is 47, so he can go 2 innings, which we're going to need him to do one way or another. So Ron Pruitt leads off the bottom of the fifth, and there's a base hit to right field. So Pruitt greets Weaver with a base hit. And no outs. Here's Rusty Kuntz. Kuntz is going to pop it up on the infield. Whitaker has it for the first out, so there's 1 down. Here's a lefty, Henry Cruz. And even with Weaver's 99 command, he walks Cruz. And we're going to have to guard the lines against Hairston, and he walks Hairston. Oh, man. This is just not our day. We're going to keep the infield back and try to turn 2, since both runners' speeds, Hairston and Pryor, are below average. Oh, nope. That's about as bad as it could be. There's a bases clearing triple for Pryor, and it's 11-6. Oh, man, this is bad. We're going to pull the infield in for Joe Gates. And there's a base hit to right field. Wow. 12-6. I guess we were due for one of these games, but I just can't believe how bad it is. And another base hit. That's 12 hits for the White Sox. The Squires singles through the middle. Still only 1 out. 4 runs given up by Weaver. Only 1 out he's turned so far this inning. And we couldn't turn 2 on that ground ball to short. So 2 outs. Here's Marv Foley. And Foley goes down looking for the 3rd out. So to the top of the 6th, we're going to switch the stats over. There's a lot to look at. Wow, Trammell's 3 for 3, like I said. Parrish is 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Hancock's got that home run. And the White Sox, I mean, Pryor's 3 for 3 with 4 ribbies. That's incredible. So Hebner leads off. He's 1 for 2 against Barrios. And Hebner lines out to second. 1 down. Bob Baylor steps in. He grounds it to third. There's 2 down. Next up is Omar Moreno. He's 0 for 2. He pops it up on the infield. And it's going to be caught in the outfield grass. Oh, no, he drops it. Oh, wow. Okay, well, second baseman Hairston drops it for an error. And, well, we may as well have Moreno try to steal second base. At least pad the stats. There we go. Stolen base from Moreno. So maybe a base hit here by Whitaker can chip away. Whitaker's 0 for 3 today. And there we go. There's a base hit into the gap. Moreno will score. That's a double for Whitaker. And that'll be all for Barrios. He gave up 7 runs in less than 6 innings. Mike Crowley's the new pitcher. He pitched in game 1 of the series. This is his 36 games, 4-3 with a 4.10 ERA. Opponents are batting .280 against him. He does have a save. So with Whitaker on second base, Trammell has a chance to get us a run closer. And he's going to do that by getting a base hit to right field. Whitaker scores. We're not going to risk Trammell getting thrown out at second, are we? I mean, there's already 2 outs. If we can get him into scoring position. So we're going to say yes. And he is 4 for 4. And he is safe at second, so he gets a double, 2 triples, and a single. So he's a home run away from the cycle. And he's got at least one more at bat in him. So good call by me. Scores 12-8. And here's JT, who has a base hit today. And a base hit up the middle that could score Trammell. Oh, nope, we're not going to risk that. It's barely in the outfield grass, and we already know that Lemon can sling it. So we're going to say no. And it's first and third. And with one swing of the bat from Big Wheel Lance Parrish, we can get within a run. Oh, nope, 1 and 2. Oh, no, base hit to center field. Holy cow. Trammell scores, and we're not going to let Thompson get thrown out at third. So we're going to say no. And here's the man you want up. Jerry Hancock had his 17th home run, and with one swing of the bat, he can tie it. And he does hit a long fly ball into right center field, and it falls short of the warning track. But we put 3 runs on the board and get the score back to 3-run deficit. It's 12-9. Still only the bottom of the 6th, and we're going to have to ask Weaver to go at least 2 more batters. And Pruitt leads off the inning by lining out to Hebner. So 1 down for Rusty Kuntz. Kuntz 0 for 3 today. And he grounds it just under the glove of Thompson at first. And he stretches it into a double. So we're going to have to let Cruz, let Weaver face Cruz here. We're going to pull the outfield in. It hasn't worked for us yet, but it's always a first time. There we go. As Weaver strikes out Cruz for the second out. And we're going to intentionally walk the switch hitter, Hairston, to get to the number 9 hitter, even though he's 3 for 3 today. So here's Pryor, 3 for 3, 4 RBIs. But we're going to play the odds. And it's going to work out in our favor as he pops it up to Trammell. And there's the third out. Weaver was listed as tired at 66 pitches, so we are going to take him out in the top of the 7th. But we head to the top of, into the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 7th with Fisk leading off. And he grounds it to second base. He's now 0 for 3 today. Next up is Hebner. He had a base hit earlier. He had a double, in fact. And he grounds it to Hairston at second. So 2 down for Bob Baylor. Hitless today. And he hits a fly ball to center field, and that should be the third out. So let's take out Weaver. 2 innings. He gave up 4 runs, 3 walks. We are in tough position with our bullpen. We're going to have to bring in Comstock, who has technically not given up a run as a Tiger, but he has 4 walks in 2.2 innings, so he has not been great. Joe Gates will lead off against Comstock, batting .257 versus lefties. And he hits a fly ball into left center field, and it's going to be caught. It looks like it was off the wall, but Moreno ran it down for the first out. Here's Mike Squires, and he walks Squires. So now 5 walks in 3 total innings for Comstock. And while Lemon's up, he's batting .353, but we got another lefty, so he's going to have to pitch to him. And he strikes out Lemon. That is highly unlikely. Lemon's 0 for 5. And with 2 down, Marv Foley will step into the box. Lefty on lefty again. And for some reason, Squires tried to steal second base, so he was thrown out by Parrish. And the White Sox are going to bring in the closer, Mark Esser, who we took it to earlier in the series. He gave up 2 runs in 2 innings, and he took the loss. So maybe we have a chance here. Moreno's 1 for 1 against him in his 1 at bat in that first game of the series. Oh, he strikes out swinging. So 1 out. Here's Sweet Lou, top of the lineup, 1 for 4 today. And he hits it on a line to center field, but it's caught by Lemon. 2 down. Next up is Trammell, 4 for 4 today. He needs a home run for the cycle. Possibly his last chance. Let's see what happens. Ooh, he bloops it into right center field, but it is caught by Lemon for the 3rd out. So no cycle for Trammell. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. So Foley was at bat when Squires was thrown out, stealing. So we're going to let Comstock face him. He strikes him out. So 1 1/3 innings pitched for Comstock. Relatively decent job. And we're going to have to bring in Tobic, who has just been pretty rough. He had 3 outings in a row where he gave up runs before getting 1 out against the Sox in the first game of the series. So Ron Pruitt steps in against Tobic here in the bottom of the 8th, and Pruitt grounds it to Trammell. There's 1 down. Kuntz is up next. He's 1 for 4. And Kuntz strikes out to end the inning. So we're down to our final 3 at-bats. Thompson leading off. He has been hitting lefties well, and he does have a base hit against Esser. We have Brookins on the bench, and we have Wagner on the bench. But we're going to let Thompson face Esser, and maybe if he gets on, we'll pinch run. Oh, that's going to pay off with a base hit to right field. So Thompson, he's just been killing it. We're going to take out Thompson. We're going to put in Mark Wagner. Not as fast as Brookins, but we might need Brookins to hit later. So we're going to bring in Wagner. So Wagner pinch runs for Thompson, and here is Lance Parrish. We're going to let Parrish swing away. He is a double play candidate. Oh, he strikes out swinging. So 1 down. And Gary Hancock batting only .128 versus lefties. We're going to hit and run. We're going to try to get things going. Maybe you can pull a ball through an opening. Oh, no. Oh, what is that? He reached first on an error by the catcher, so he must have put it in play. It didn't look like it. And so first and second, and here's Carlton Fisk, who crushes lefties. And 1 swing of the bat can tie it up. Let's see what happens here. Also a double play candidate. Oh, no, he did it. He tied it up. Oh, my God. Crushed it to dead center field. 485 feet. And it's all tied at 12. Oh, my gosh. That is crazy. Well, Damn, now I'm gonna bring in Brookins to bat for Hebner, and he'll replace him defensively. So Brookins batting .275, and he's been clutch. He has had a game-winning home run this year, but he strikes out for the second out. So that's 2 down. Bob Baylor batting .364 versus lefties. And Baylor goes down swinging 2. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. And let's take a look at our bullpen. So we have Schatzy, who's a lefty. And we have our closer. And I am going to ask Tobik to do something I shouldn't, which is to go one more inning. And so he's going to have to face Henry Cruz. This is our best defensive lineup. Oh, wait, I take that back. We have Wagner at first, so we're going to do this. We're going to move Wagner to short, and we're going to move Trammell to first. There we go. Okay, so that's our best defensive lineup. Henry Cruz leading off, bottom of the 9th. What a crazy game. This game's been a lot of fun. As Cruz gets the 14th hit, I kind of figured that might happen. Let's guard the lines. So Cruz at first base. I'm worried about a stolen base. And there it is. So we're going to have to intentionally walk Hairston for the second time this game. All right. So here's Greg Pryor, who's 3 for 4. We're going to pull the outfield in. Maybe we can turn 2 here. As Pryor grounds it right back to Tobik. And they do get the runner at second base. And we're going to have to bring in Schatzeder. So we're down to only Lopez in the bullpen. We've got to bring the infield in. We cannot let that run score. Gates hits lefties all right. He's batting .250. Let's see what happens. This could be the ball game right here. Yep, that's it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And we lose 13-12 in one of the craziest games of the year. We really needed that victory. Oh, no, we lost our 3rd center fielder for the season. Oh, no, we'll get Moreno back right as the playoffs start, I guess, if we get that far. So Moreno is gone for 29 games. That is a double whammy. And let's take a look at the transactions. Nothing of note other than Moreno. Oh, Paul Gibson, a minor league pitcher, is out for 5 weeks, but that's nothing to worry about. And we do fall 4 games back in the standings. Also, Baltimore lost for what it's worth. So we are finding ourselves slowly dropping out of the race. Let's pull up the box score, which is going to be fun to look at. No idea who the player of the game is. Probably Trammell. I mean, maybe Fisk with that big shot to tie it. I mean, look at all of these hits. Yeah, I mean, Trammell almost hit for the cycle. Let's go ahead and give it to, I guess we have to give it to Trammell. 4 hits in the game, so we're going to give it to Trammell. Dave Tobik takes a loss. He's been horrible in clutch situations. Reuschel was horrible. I mean, the whole team, the whole pitching was terrible. So Mark Esser gets the win. He's 4-1. And wow, I don't know what else to say about that game. It was a lot of fun. I'm disappointed we lost, but we have the day off tomorrow, and we'll be back home to face the Kansas City Royals. So until then, everyone, have a great night.